Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to testify in his corruption trial today, becoming the first sitting leader to take the stand as a criminal defendant. Netanyahu is facing charges of bribery, fraud and breach of public trust in 3 separate cases. At the hearing, the Israeli premier is expected to respond to the allegations and testimonies made against him, including from former close aides. He repeatedly sought to delay his testimony in court, and last time physically appeared in the courtroom in June of 2023. However, ahead of the trial, Netanyahu at a press conference said that he was not running away and will speak in the court. He further said it has been 8 years that he has been waiting for this day to present the truth. The trial has been moved from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv for security reasons, where Netanyahu will testify in an underground chamber. In the first case, Netanyahu and his wife Sarah are accused of accepting more than $260,000 worth of luxury goods such as cigars, jewelry and champagne from billionaire benefactors in exchange for political favors. The second case involves alleged attempts by the Prime Minister to reach a deal with publisher of a popular Israeli daily for better coverage by agreeing to weaken the status of a rival daily newspaper. The third case alleges that Netanyahu received favorable coverage on a popular news website owned by his close friend in exchange for smoothing the way for telecom's merger sought by him. And we are just trying to establish a connection with our correspondent, Jody Cohen, who will be joining us live from Israel. Just to reiterate what this story is about, it's the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu who is set to testify in his corruption trial today. And of course, like we just told you, to give us more details on this, our correspondent, Jody Cohen, is now joining us from Ra'anana in Israel. Jody, there have been reports that Israel has been striking in Syria. Firstly, you tell us what is the latest that you can get us on that?
Hi, Issa. Yes, so amidst international concern that chemical weapons could end up in hostile hands, the US said that they're working with allies to destroy the chemical weapons in Syria. Now, a war monitor has said that there have been more than 100 Israeli strikes on military sites in the country. And Israel's foreign minister has confirmed that Israel has hit chemical weapon sites and advanced weaponry such as long-range rockets. Now, Israel has also been coordinating with the UN and moved onto the Syrian side of the buffer zone. Israeli media has reported footage showing Syrian rebels chanting, "We're coming for Jerusalem." And Israeli envoy to the UN, Danny Danon, said that Israel's actions on Syria on the Syrian side of the buffer zone between the two countries are limited and temporary to counter any threat, and that Israel is committed to the framework of the 1974 Separation of Forces Agreement. Now, the US supports Israel's temporary move. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller suggested that any country would be concerned in the circumstances and would take action to prevent terrorist organizations that threaten Israel moving into the demilitarized zone.
Well, that's as regards Syria and Israel. Judy, also the story that we've been tracking in a rather rare case, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to give testimony today. How is this going to work while he's also running the country?
Right, so this is the first time that the sitting Israeli Prime Minister has taken to the witness stand. He's due in about a half an hour to appear in court. Netanyahu is expected to testify 3 times a week, Monday to Wednesday, for 6 hours a day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. until the end of December. Now, his critics say that he should resign because there's no time to run the country. But supporters say that the charges are fabricated and an attempt to get rid of Netanyahu as prime minister, and ministers are likely to attend in solidarity. Now, there have been requests to delay the proceedings, and that's because of the war. There has been a slight delay, but the court has said that if matters needing the Prime Minister's attention, advised that the court will consider a recess. Netanyahu is testifying in Tel Aviv, not Jerusalem, and that's because the Jerusalem court does not have a bomb shelter. Defense attorney will question Netanyahu first. That's likely to take several days. Then he'll be cross-examined, and then the defense can call Netanyahu back to clarify any points if they wish. But ahead of his testimony, Netanyahu said that he's been waiting for 8 years to tell the truth, and he slams the legal system and the Israeli media, calling the charges against him ridiculous accusations.
Thank you, Jody, for joining us with those details.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.